I'm going to vote bosses. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. This is a very special daily race that we've got here for you. So, I've had some time to think about that last tournament we just ran with the hybrid major glitches and all the crazy logic we had to think about. And I said, you know what? I'm done with logic. Let's just turn it off. So we're doing this.
This is No Logic, a Link to the Past randomizer. And No Logic is exactly what it sounds like. There is no logic. That nice thing that's been preventing you from soft walking all of your seeds and ensuring a nice path to the finish with no glitches, yeah, we got rid of it. It's not here anymore. So you are going to need a wide variety of glitches in order to be able to beat these no logic seeds. In addition to scrambling all the items without regards to where they show up, we've also thrown all the keys in there. So all the keys are scrambled outside of their normal dungeons as well. And this is a special no logic mode that amps it up a little bit even with something called key lock. So Al, if you want to explain key lock.
Okay, so one problem with no logic is despite all the glitches we have available to us, runners do try to actually kill the bosses that have crystals, and there's no way within the rule set to get around the fact that Trinex can lock the ice rod or fire rod. We actually don't have a way around that. So we have a mode that still doesn't have logic, but will prevent that just by forcing a different item on Trinex. And in this case, we are forcing big keys on all the bosses. And they're random big keys. So a boss can have its own big key. It can have someone else's big key. Moldorm 2 chests will also have a big key. But that does have a nice side effect of actually preventing rods on Trinex for the most part.
So yeah, there's a lot to explain with no logic. The opening bits here are going to be fairly normal-ish, I suppose. We're just going to Sahasrahla, so we'll take the time to explain kind of the no logic rule set and what glitches are allowed and some of the intricacies. So as far as the rule set, we allow the vanilla no EG rule set, which is pretty much anything on the overworld, and then in the underworld you can do a lot of things. You can do underworld clips that you would see in hybrid major glitches, but you can also do door glitches, so that includes YBAs, quadrant glitches, mirror doors, and a variety of other fun things. Wrong warps also are allowed, so you can do Ganon Pot, but we have the goal set at 7 crystals, so you need to get all the crystals first.
And the runners will be trying to also kill the bosses that have the crystals, and you might see that come up later where runners can collect crystals in other dungeons by clipping to them or doing more exotic door glitches to get to them. The doors in A Link to the Past, usually if you try and do something inside the door that bypasses the door transition or pushes you into the door transition, that can mess up the room that the game thinks you're in and cause all sorts of funky issues that we take advantage of. And we can use that to get out of bounds and also to move items around between chests. So we can take items in one room and move them into chests in another room. But for now, we're seeing what I would call pretty much a standard glitched opener where people are starting at Link's house, doing a couple clips to get to Hobo, using their boost to do Sahasrahla, and then doing a nice little loop around the light world just to get their resources in order.
I'd say that with this early bomb bush crop, we probably won't be seeing Graveyard Ledge from either runner, I would imagine. It's not really worthwhile once you've already got this many bombs.
Yeah, and what we would normally think of as Sphere 1 checks, they have a little less value and no logic because there's nothing forcing progression there. It's purely random. So a Sphere, what we would consider normally like a Sphere 8 check, is just as likely to have something in it as a Sphere 1 check. But
whereas I like to say everything is Sphere 1.
Everything is Sphere 1. And the runners are going to take the path of least resistance at first because they need something to get a foothold in the seed. Todso and other Tom have both found a bow, and that is a tool that you might see used a little bit for some Ancilla-based glitches, where they put a bunch of items on the screen, and that makes changes the properties of some of them and makes you move around in weird ways.
And I was wrong. Taj is going to head up to Death Mountain here with a very nice DMA, getting into the front of Old Man Cave.
Where did he use his one arrow?
He tried to shoot a buzz blob that was blocking the path, and I think missed.
I see. That is currently his only weapon. Those arrows do count. We got 2 medallions already, though. Yeah, I know. I'm disappointed too.
Medallions are very important.
Yeah, they're really good to have. Getting Meyer without a medallion is not easy. It's doable, but it's not easy. And you can get inside Meyer. That's easy enough. But actually getting the crystal is tough. Because to get the crystal of any dungeon, you have to enter the dungeon from its door. But Meyer won't have a door if you don't use the medallion. So we have to take advantage of some other glitches to swap the prize of a different dungeon. And we might not be seeing that this run because we have 2 medallions already.
Clearly the thing to do is to hope that Meyer is Bombos, right?
Yes.
And we just never find it.
The bare minimum to beat the game still applies. We still need weapons for Ganon. That's the bare minimum. Plus, we need whatever it takes to get the crystals. But that is a little bit more flexible than it is normally. Normally you need a hammer for any given seed, but hammer is pretty skippable in no logic. So there is a sword in Death Mountain. It's a really good tool. It's not just a weapon. It will come into play for some of these glitches as well.
Tom doing a nice little shortcut here to
Oops.
not pick up the key. Gonna try that again.
Well, at least he didn't soft lock, right?
Yep, it is possible to soft lock in the stump there. It is very unfortunate when you do see it.
He's doing it right. There you go. I like this shade of green he has on his grass. It's very natural looking.
Bit darker than usual, but looks good.
The desert's natural looking too. It's almost like it's Hyrule at dusk.
So Todso here has opted to head up to Death Mountain first, pick up a few of those Sphere 1 checks. Everything Sphere 1. And then is going through to South Shore, armed with the sword. Oh, and there's the hammer in Desert Palace.
Ah, this is too easy. Where's the catch? Maybe fire. I want to say fire in Skullwoods. Alright. Oh, dodge though. Taking some damage in Mini Moldorm Cave, but gets the nice fairy pack, and I know he tracks those too, so he'll be taking advantage of that prize pack for a while.
And so Tom here has cleared out 2 of the chests in Desert Palace, but I expect we are going to see our first kind of glitch that you wouldn't see in Hybrid. So this is banned in Hybrid. Don't do it. But this is something called Quadrant Glitch. You may know it from kind of undesirable side effects that it has, and no glitches randomizer. But here we do intentionally abuse it. So by taking a damage boost here into the transition, we cause the game to believe that we're in the incorrect half of the super tile, which messes up the transition very badly, as it is not expecting this whatsoever, and lets us get over here beyond the key door, so we can skip that key.
And just laughing because Todso's doing something too.
Oh no!
So he has done what we call a juke. So he's thrown himself past the transition and screen wrapped himself in Mini Moldorm Cave, and that actually take him to King's Tomb. So you can check King's Tomb a little bit faster. There is an overall glitch way to get there too, but this is more efficient.
I don't know if Todso got anything useful in Mini Moldorm Cave. He might reset. Oh, this is hookshot. You can't reset out of that.
No. What would he be resetting though? Like he didn't use up that much in terms of resources.
It's not about resources, but actually about keeping the Ice Rod Cave chest unopened.
Oh.
We can use a lot of glitches to write different contents into that chest, and it's important that it stays unopened if we want to do that.
Okay, teach me later.
I don't know it. It's like only Todso.
Okay, cool. Todso is gonna do something
I
I've
only
never
know
seen
that
before.
it exists. Yeah, like this is a very fun glitch. You don't get to see too often because it's not very efficient, but you can clip from Ice Rod Cave up to Eastern. It's fun.
You got that screen transition just
Yeah, it also does
chasing
some
him.
weird things to the transition. That does get fixed if you go all the way to the left, apparently. I don't know, because I don't do this one very often.
So you got Green Pendant and Swamp. We saw another Tom side, but now Todso knows it. A Swamp is another one of those troublesome dungeons. Doing it without the flippers can be rather tough. So runners are probably relieved to see that it's a pendant, but also disappointed that it's a pendant on Restream. This Pepto-Bismol water from other Tom is making my mouth water in uncomfortable ways.
Right, so Todso heading to Graveyard Ledge now. That sword makes it really easy.
Staying full on bombs is useful in No Logic. We've already seen the power of it from Todso, just getting to an item faster, but inside of dungeons you can use it to bypass barriers that normally exist. For example, in Ganon's Tower, you can do the same door juke with the bombs to get past the hammer pegs that block left side and do some of left side without hammer. That won't come up for him, most likely, because he has the hammer, but it is a thing you can do.
Not to mention that bombs are an essential tool for a number of Ancilla-related glitches, including one set up with hook pushing.
Oh, I would love to see a lamp show up.
You
Although
know
that might
Todso will do all
that
the
won't yeah,
pushes.
no. That won't stop him. He doesn't need a lamp.
Doesn't even need the cane anymore.
I know.
It's crazy.
I think other Tom wants the magic. So we can cast a medallion? That's his only magic item.
He
But-
doesn't have a sword yet anyway. So.
Yeah.
But getting
Sure
the
it'll-
magic is good. Todso getting that magic drop as well.
It saves frames on the boss refill. So Todso can climb Hera already? What the heck?
Harapot.
Herapot. He has the hook shot. Right. It was in Ice Palace. Or Ice Rod Cave.
We're getting a second look at that bomb juke that Todso did earlier. Tom is doing it now. So this one is kind of tricky because this is an auto door. Wait, no, this isn't an auto door. What am I saying? Only the other side is an auto door. But so the idea is you need to put the bomb down and then move exactly 2 frames down, and then pick up the bomb, and that lets you snap over the transition.
It's tricky because he's on 2 hearts. He's
Yeah.
gonna kill himself.
You can do this with only taking 1 heart of damage, but it's a little bit finicky.
Yeah, he's select buffering it now to make sure that he gets it right first try. And Todso doing a similarly dangerous Moldorm fight here.
Lacking the hammer from Desert Palace, unfortunately.
There you go. Moldorm is down for our first big key of the game. What's it going to be? Desert Palace. So Todso will have the advantage of being able to just open the big chest of desert.
Maybe
Wow,
you can get a bottle, just go straight to Landmos.
Yeah, so bottles are really important in No Logic. They're a tool to get to a lot of bosses that you can't normally reach. And you can use them to fake flute in the light world, or in the dark world to get past the Moon Pearl requirement.
Also the Light World.
And the light world.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
stick it around. Go to 3 and activate your real flute.
So you can flute to 2 and buy more brew potions.
Yes, that is a really good use of your money in No Logic, the mode where you're probably going to be drinking a lot more potions than usual.
Todso, what are you doing with this teleport?
I think both of them are having trouble. Other Tom is trying to clip without the sword here, which requires a ton of buffers. And can be just a lot of them in a row.
But both of them, you get it after just a moment. And so now Tom is heading up to the mountain to pick up the sword. And Todso is exploring new territory and almost dying to a mini Moldorm.
That Moldorm chased him. That was a bully. Ooh, with a fairy. And Todso is still on 3 hearts somehow, despite doing all of South Shore.
I think all the hearts were in Kakariko. See, I know Tom had 5 hearts in Desert Palace.
Wow, they can check that map too. One thing we're still lacking is any meaningful Link State Dark World access, where you can actually be Link in the Dark World, but there's quite a few things they could do right now. I think Ganon's Tower, if they get the Hookshot and Hammer, each of them has one of them. They can clear a good portion of that. They will want maybe a little bit better offense for... Well, no, they have the bow too. That's actually a really good play once they get those items.
Now, Tom has done South Shore, but didn't do Ice Rod Cave, so getting that hookshot might be a little bit difficult. Todso should get the hammer pretty quickly, though, because it's just in Desert Palace, and Desert is a very typical early glitched logic clear.
Did Tom die, or... Oh, he failed the bomb.
It was something with the King's Tomb, I think.
Yeah, he must have failed or died. I think Todso may have gotten the slot 0 failure on that bomb jump. I saw him collect the magic in midair. Other Tom almost soft walking by teleporting on the second bump, but he corrects himself. The Swamp Small Key rarely gets used, funny enough. It's a little bit like Hybrid, where you don't expect to actually enter a swamp from the front because it requires so many items. In No Logic, you have even more key options. You can't just, walk in most of the time. You'll just come in from another dungeon and unlock it from the inside.
Well, having that key is useful, though, because it gives us some options.
So Todso is orphaning Zora, but money is important enough in this version of the game that usually you just don't do Zora anyway. So I think even other Tom, who, if he goes here, will probably still skip it. Especially lacking a Moon Pearl, where you're likely to use even more potions. I'm surprised Todso doesn't... Oh, he can't, because he doesn't have a Moon Pearl.
Yeah, no Pearl.
Yeah.
So we're just going to... Oh, we're going to Kak.
What? Cool.
We're going to Kakariko.
Thanks.
All right, this is a map wrap from the right side of the map all the way to the left. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's what it's doing. I can't imagine it's anything else. Yeah, there we go. So this so we auto walk into the middle of Kakariko, and then the game is very upset that we've done this, but we can jump here into the well.
How does that not Houlihan you?
Magic.
The nice thing about... So map wraps are dangerous normally, because if you move right, you'll hard lock. But you can bonk right, and they'll treat it as if a transition is stopping you. So he was able to bonk into that and line himself up with the Cackwell drop down and safely enter.
It has to do with the quadrant you're in. I don't fully understand it. It's rather complicated, but Todso understands it. So
I've had map wraps just straight up crash my game too. I don't understand them at all.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. They're complicated though. So that means that Todso has now obtained this very spicy route into Kakariko.
Other Tom is taking a more traditional mountain route.
I think I saw him take a death somewhere in here. I don't remember exactly where it was, though. It was while Todge was doing that big map wrap, so I got distracted.
All right, nice return on investment from Bottle Merchant. 100 for 100. Ooh, that's a scary tight position.
Yeah, those guys do not mess around. A lot of the time in no glitches rando, you have a decent amount of health before coming over to East Death Mountain, but we very frequently do it with very few hearts, or even just the starting 3 hearts in glitch logic, since having starting boots means we can just get there right away.
Tatsuo is having a... Wait, what? I thought he got that key.
No, that was Tom.
Oh, that was Tom. Okay.
Tatsuo hasn't done... Tatsuo didn't do Kakariko
He didn't
yet.
do any of this. You're right. So Tom has plans for this mountain climb. I wonder if he's going to hit up Super Bunny Cave.
That's what I would do probably in this situation.
I certainly wouldn't do
Zora.
Zora.
Yeah, Zora's rather unpleasant because it takes all of your money.
Yeah, think of like how many fake flutes you can do with 500.
Never mind, we're going to
It's
Zora.
2, but still, it's a lot you can do with those. Maybe it's 3. I can't do math.
Blue potion is 160, right?
Yeah, 162.
160 times 3 is 480. So yes, you
Oh
can
yeah,
do
you
3.
can totally do 3. Sora's a scam. Other Tom realizes the waterfall is also a scam. If you were to fake flipper in there, he would not be able to gain water walk state and open the chest. So he's got to take the Pepto-Bismol route up to Zora.
There's a way to get the chest and waterfall if you're coming from the mountain. I'm surprised neither of them did it, because it seems to me to be a little bit more efficient than checking Zora ledge and then like not doing Zora.
Mm-hmm. And
We're
he's
doing
going to do
Zora.
Zora. I think he's kind of committed to it at this point. His original plan was to do the waterfall. Well, it's a cane. It's not the good one. It's the disappointing. The cane of disappointment. Tatsuo is doing the quadrant glitch now if you missed it the first time. Other Tom has not quite gotten this. Does not have enough bombs to continue, so he will save and quit. It is just a small key, though, and small keys are very skippable. No logic.
Tatsuo here does have the foresight to damage down before doing quadrant glitch. Since doing quadrant glitch kind of, glitches the game, we don't have any sprites here to damage boost, not in particular. The cannonballs and the BMOS are not here.
And it was rupees in both chests. Just in case.
We've already seen these checks.
Yeah.
Tom decided to fix his screen before checking them. Tatsuo did not, since that's faster. But then you don't get to know what they are.
I forgot to tell our tracker, Jinxie Girl, that sometimes you just can't see the items they pick up, too. And that's nothing we can do about that except hope they check their menus. And they probably will want to, too, because they can't see them either. And sometimes you pick up the flippers and don't know you have them for 30 minutes and lose the game.
I hope that's not from personal experience.
I could say that other Tom and I have both done that on the same seed.
Other Tom is doing my favorite thing. Hang on. This clip is to Mimic Cave. Oh no, that's not what we wanted to happen.
It's okay. Tatsuo will be doing an even more fun way to get to Mimic Cave, I'm sure. When he gets his lamp. Alright, so other Tom is making a play to the escape. We joke about the hour-long Uncle check, but in no logic we actually hit up Uncle earlier because there is a very important key inside the escape that gives you access to the ability to unlock big key doors in cave state. So when you're in a cave and you clip into a dungeon from the cave, it will actually check for a certain set of keys. And usually the first key you'll get that counts for cave state is on the Hyrule Castle Guard.
Very helpful that one is not randomized, so we can always just go get it.
So especially in this key lock mode where we know that our first big key is often going to be from that chest or from that enemy, because everything else is on a boss and you need some things to get to bosses for the most part.
Oh, Tazzo is in Palace of Darkness now, by the way, in case that wasn't clear. I mean, I don't know. It's actually just a cave here. It happens to look like Pod, but really we're just in a cave.
Yeah, worth noting that Tajso has not picked up any cave state big keys, so he will not be able to open the big chest in this dungeon. Whereas other Tom will.
Yes, yeah, Desert's not
Desert's
one.
not it. It's the opposite, yeah.
Right, Cave State gives you Desert Hera.
In vanilla, not in randomizer.
Oh yeah,
Just
they
to be clear.
fixed that.
Yeah, that's patched out. It's a little OP in rando, so. I'm assuming that's the reason it's patched, and not because they just fundamentally changed the way keys work, which wouldn't surprise me.
I'm pretty sure it's like. Actually, I think for a moment it was actually incorrect, and it gave you like a lot of keys, more than it was supposed to. So then it was fixed to not give you any.
So silver arrows were in Hyrule Castle. Silver arrows aren't really a glitching tool unless you're Tajso, then they are. But I think that's more in lieu of a sword rather than anything else. I don't think we'll be seeing any special use out of them except killing bosses faster.
Which is always nice to have, of course. So Tajso is going through this whole dungeon in cave state, which means that there are no sprites, so you can see all the enemies are gone, but there's also no crystal switches. So if we jumped off the ledge to the north there's no crystal switch below, and so we'd actually get soft locked. We can't mirror, and we can't really die because we're not actually in the dungeon, so dying would not put us at the start. And so you'd just be stuck and you'd have to save and quit. So that's why we're backtracking all the way through right side, because we can't do anything else.
Yeah, I think actually if I were him, I would reset my dungeon state for just that part, so I could either save and quit out or death warp. But he might have other routing in mind where he doesn't want to actually backtrack from here instead and is going to save and quit. But if he plans on fighting Helmasaur, then he'll want to go back to the front anyway. Other
Question
Tom
in chat about kind of exclusivity on glitches. These glitches are all in the base version of A Link to the Past. They can all be performed in the Japanese 1.0 version. Not all of them can be performed in the US version, but most of them can. And then almost all of them are fixed in GBA.
GBA has new glitches.
It does, but it doesn't have a lot of the fun old ones. And we did pick up a glove here in Pod, and there's the powder, and I believe the ice
And the
rod was...
mushroom.
Oh, okay, that's amusing.
And
the ice
mirror
rod
shield.
was on the right side. There's actually a lot of stuff in here.
Keeping our tracker busy, but not really giving much for the runners. That does much in the moment. The ice rod is important. If you want to kill Trinex, you do need the ice rod, but that doesn't come into play until later. We also have the fire rod.
This dark room Todso is navigating is a lot more peaceful without the Kadongos in it.
So Tajso has done, just doesn't want to backtrack out of Pod, so he's going to save and quit. Now he has notably orphaned the big chest because he did not have a key that opens it. Other Tom will have a key, so we might see something that we didn't see from Tajso.
So now Todso is kind of out of Sphere 1 checks, or at least all the really nice dense ones. So I am wondering where he's going now.
Back to Pod.
Okay.
I think instead of backtracking, he just goes back to Pod. Just walks back.
That's fair, I guess.
I hate walking out of the dark room. I don't blame him for that.
Yeah. What I usually do actually is I just hammer jump. Because my hammer jump's pretty fast, so I just do that and do the dark room in reverse and come out the top.
Yeah, when you hammer jump in K-State pod specifically, the sprites aren't there because you map wrapped your screen in the underworld. And one of the things that counts as a sprite is the thing that tells the bridge to fall. So you have all the time in the world to hammer you up. It's actually easier in K-State. So yeah, other Tom is going to start with this because he wants to route pod a certain way that gets him back to the front. So Tajso is arming a state that we call statue drag. But he's struggling a little bit.
I'm just gonna powder the anti-fairy for safety.
Well, yeah, that comes back, right? Because he does need that anti-fairy.
Huh? No.
Oh,
You already got
I
it.
see. I always bomb my. Oh, I see. I didn't know that you didn't need to be in the door for that. Actually.
Nah, you just have to pull up a little bit, and then it's fine.
There you go.
So okay, I can't explain actually how this works entirely. It just kind of does.
He's juking the transition again, but this time by pulling the statue, and then doing some camera manipulation movements to make sure that he ends up in the right spot when he does transitions. And he's done some walking through doors. That was on purpose. Making sure he doesn't scroll his camera upward here. Being very safe by walking down instead of dashing. And now he's in the Helmosaur room. And Helmosaur is here, and you don't need the big key or the hammer or the bow, although he does have 2 of those. He does need to survive. This is still a dangerous fight, especially with your camera unlocked. It can throw off your rhythm if you're used to fighting it without the camera unlocked, although knowing Todd, so he probably is used to this.
He probably fights it more with the camera unlocked than locked.
Oh, perfect. Doesn't take any damage in phase 2. And gets his second dungeon prize, which we'll find out in a second, and a big key.
It's the big key. Ooh,
Turtle.
TR.
And a crystal.
TR is... It's a nice one to have. It's not super important because there's ways to skip it, but it does, if you do have Kane, it just lets you get to the Trinix nice and quickly.
If you have Kane, it also lets you do some fun things with the big key chest.
Oh, yeah. So other Tom here is also properly fixing the pod state, and I expect we'll also be doing statue drag here. Yep, setting up that statue. You pull it down the stairs.
Yeah, he's doing what I'm used to doing, where you have the thing actually damage you into the door.
Yeah, that's not required at all. All that you need is for damage to break you out of the statue holding state without actually letting go of A.
I had no idea. Thanks for telling me that.
I mean, that's what happens in the door, so you'll see in a second Tom is going to put a bomb down and then kind of pull an invisible statue into the door, and the bomb is going to hit him inside the door, and so now you can use statue drag again.
He's a little bit lower on health. He's going to be an Oko when he fights Helmosaur.
If he gets the heart, he'll not be, but...
He's not going for it.
Yeah, he's not going with the heart.
It's very doable. You just have to be careful. Oh, he's too low. He failed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit the switch.
Unfortunately, if you move up during this part, your camera is bad.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? How did that work?
Oh, okay. Everybody is bamboozled.
We're all wrong. And he has a different color for some reason. Oh, it's his palette, of course. But I've never been able to move up and not have a bad transition.
I don't know what happened. Okay, I'm just going to ask him about that later.
I don't know. I don't even know if he expected it because he was pausing. Oh, he has silvers. Oh, he's not worried about his health because he has silvers, of course. And Topso had them too, or he has the bow. He just got the silvers, so he had to actually do the hammer fight. This seed is giving us a lot of stuff that is making us not require big glitches and not giving us a whole lot of the things that let us do big glitches.
I don't know. There might just not be a pearl.
That's true. It's going to be a major glitches seed with a little bit of statue drag and a little bit of quadrant glitch. No pearl and no bottle is pretty spicy, though. You have to get really creative when you're in that situation.
But I know Todso has done a lot of experimentation on that front, expanding the size of NL's practical Sphere 1. I say practical, not all of those things that he's discovered are practical.
And we found a bottle in back of Escape, so that is going to greatly unlock our potential in this seed. And I'm sure Todso will be dropping down there at some point too. It's very easy to check to do with the glove. One of the more dense things that the glove unlocks.
Oh, is Todso just going to Thieves?
Oh, with the juke? Yeah, probably.
Oh, he didn't get this yet. Well, maybe he's going to Thieves after? I don't actually know.
Well, he wants the cave key for Thieves. He has to do this last. But also he has to do it last because he will no longer be in the castle. Yeah, he's going to go for it. He's really good at these bomb jukes, so... This is, for him, it's a free check.
This one's so freaking hard. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, he has to juke the door twice. So he did it once, now he has to do it again. And now he's here, and all the sprites are desynced from him, so they're there, but they're not going to hurt him. He can dash through here pretty freely. Oh, you can actually see the chest when you're here. Oh, you can't grab the maiden, though. That's funny.
Yeah, she's a sprite.
You don't need to, though. I mean, you usually want to do Thieves Town in Thieves Town state so you can actually get the prize.
It turns out that even if you could pick up the maiden, it would be kind of pointless, because in order to drop the maiden off, you would need to have bombed the floor in the attic. Except the maiden will actually leave if you try to go up the stairs to the attic, which is not something that a lot of people know about, because most of the time it doesn't matter. But here it means that we basically just have to, if you go into the dungeon kind of in the middle like this, you do have to go back in and go through the whole thing all over again.
I like to think that the developers just didn't feel like explaining why blind activates in the boss room but not in the attic. So they just said blind doesn't go to the attic.
Yeah, I know she has text for it. I don't remember what it says in English, though.
Okay, you could just walk through the sparks. Okay, so I love that Tom gets his hook shot. That's really good. This will also be our first waterfall check. The other Tom could check his bottle prize, but he does have a green already in it, and green potions are pretty powerful, so I don't think he's going to want to dump it just to check something that might give him a B or nothing.
Yeah, the only thing you would really want out of here that's better is a blue potion at this point.
Yeah, red potions are a little more versatile than green as well, but not by that much. Most of the YBAs are going to be
useful enough to be worth the risk.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't dump a green potion in no logic.
Alright, so Todso here is coming out of the entrance to Thieves Town and will be in a state called Fake Dark World. I had to make sure I was saying the right one. So you can see we're on a Dark World screen, but we have kind of standard actions. We can dash, we can use sword. And this is because we are in Fake Dark World. Internally, the game thinks we're in a Light World because we haven't actually made any world changes, which only happen when you use the mirror or step on like a warp tile or some other kind of like warp-like transition. Also, kind of the top of Aga 1 is also the same type of transition, so it changes your world. So there's no way to change your world except by doing that. And so, as we come out the Thieves Town entrance, we just get this. Please don't use the key there.
Tom. He did a classic HMG, accidentally unlocked the key doors of Hera and trying to Hera pot and hard reset just to get it back. Now there are other ways to bring a key in here, but they're a pain and you usually just skip Hera basement, especially if you don't have a fire source. When are you going to do this? Probably never. So Taj, though, doesn't necessarily have free reign of the Dark World by doing this. If he were to use a screen transition, he won't be in the Dark World anymore at all. He'll just be in the Light World. So he's going to do as much as he can here before transitioning anywhere. There you go. Nice hair pot. Other Tom is equipped, once he gets this big key, to full clear Desert Palace.
Do we know what desert is? We have the map for it, right? I don't think anyone actually checked.
I don't think I've seen a map check from any runner.
You do tend to, like, not care in no logic very much about checking your map.
In the early game, you're just looking for resources. I wouldn't care until I'm in go mode or in like looking for an item for go mode, and you wouldn't need the item if that dungeon was a pendant kind of situation.
I don't know. I think checking the map before you go to desert is worthwhile here.
If nothing else, they need a fire source for Ganon. So no matter what the pendants and crystals are, they're not in go mode. They also need a better sword to actually damage Ganon. And they probably need at least one more glitching item just to get through the game. Like one more bottle. Oh, it's a crystal.
I actually think this is sufficient. Like the single bottle, even if we got kind of fire and a sword right now, I don't think it's enough.
So yeah, there's a crystal in desert. That's nice. So other Tom can just do that whenever he wants. Using that potion, he'll bypass the fire requirement.
Hammer has a 1-frame hitbox, so it's definitely not longer than sword.
So other Tom is taking the Super Bunny play. Starting to look for items in the Dark World. This is, I think, our first time as a bunny in this seed. So Blind drops his own big key, showing the importance of that cave state play from Taj, though. Other Tom trying to remember. He's in the wrong one. Welcome to the shop. Why don't you buy some bombs?
Light World right entrance.
What do they say? Light is right, dark is sinister?
Mm-hmm.
Other Tom, I said Taj was going to clip to bat and realize like he doesn't need to. He has a hammer.
I don't have to do this glitch.
Probably a little disappointed knowing he's on Restream. Can show some cool stuff, but we got to see plenty of that in the Hybrid Major Glitches tournament.
Sometimes you get overexcited. You're like, I can do a fun glitch, and then you realize, wait, I don't need to do it.
Kane.
And then you get an overpowered item.
Yes, Kane. Okay, welcome to actual no logic now, because we have the Cane of Samaria, and that is a very useful item. You've probably heard of your diver downs and icebreakers. Kane has so much more potential behind that. There's a lot you can do with it. Taking advantage of, for example, the fact that it creates Ancilla, the fact that it can push Link around when he walks into it. There's a lot of things you can do with the cane. I think other Tom is making the play for Ganon's Tower.
Looks like it. Can't imagine why you'd go over here otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, he could do a descent, but I don't think he's going to.
Not with hammer hook shot.
Yeah, this is such a high density play. He's doing a 1-frame clip to get up here. It's not too hard. Mostly just a bunch of select buffering. I think he's not quite in enough. There we go. Totso is making a resource play of making sure he has enough bombs and arrows for all the glitches he's going to do. And you can see already how powerful bombs are. And he's bought an upgrade just to make sure that he has enough. Given that he doesn't have a bottle, he wants bombs because he's using bombs in a lot of places where a bottle would normally get used. He's actually going to buy that upgrade twice. Meanwhile, other Tom has perfectly executed the Ganon's Tower climb without the Moon Pearl, and now he's in. He just has to take a death. Totso's going insane with these upgrades.
He is preparing for excessive hook pushing. Oh my! He has the powder. He's gonna do the. Is he gonna do this freaking powder pushing thingy?
Oh no!
I don't know. Like,
how does he set index? Is that
with
what
the powder?
For? Oh my goodness!
That's what the powder's for.
This menu is awful for hook pushing too.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I'm trying to figure out like what he's doing, but I don't actually know.
He might just be trying to set index for something that he does in the future. So for these higher level Ancilla glitches to work, you do have to set a variable in the game's code, and the easiest way to do that is to spam the lamp. But he doesn't have a lamp, so he's going to pull out some other things. Right now, he's just taking a splash delete, though.
There we go. Okay. So I can actually like sort of explain this. If you use slot 2 powder, it sets your Ancilla index to 2. No, it sets it to 6. Sorry. The important thing is that it sets it to a known value, and so from that known value, you can do manipulation to get it to the desired outcome. But it is important that we can do that because it's kind of a replacement for the lamp. Usually we use 3 quick lamps to set that value, but you can also do it with powder.
Was he doing all this just so he can spend even more money at the...
Apparently so.
Alright, he gets his matching cane. Now he has a his and hers set of canes. And the flippers are in Ganon's Tower, making Swamp Palace very dense and really easy to do, actually. He could just do the hybrid major glitches route through Swamp now and get all the items. Yeah, he does. I don't know if he's going to use the Swamp Key, though. But he has the Hera Key.
What else are you going to use the Swamp Key on?
I mean, you'd have to do...
Oh, I guess you do have to use the Hera Key.
Yeah, it's not trivial to use the Swamp Key. Where is...
I don't know what Totso is doing. Oh my... Okay, hang on. I have to pull up the EG map. Where is he going? I don't know.
I knew this was going to happen with Totso on Restream. And we always say, like, we want Totso on comms because you can actually explain what people are doing.
Okay.
Totso on Restream has the opposite problem.
I can figure out where he's going to go, like, right before he does it.
Oh, he got the stuck hook. That's good, right?
No.
So now he can do the rest.
I don't know. I don't even know what this is.
I just know that seeing that stuck hook is a good thing.
Oh, he's going to, I think he's going to Eastern.
Oh, he lost the stuck hook? He could just go to Eastern.
He doesn't have the big key. Oh, wait.
Oh, he wants to K-state it. I see.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay, so, yeah, like, one tile north of this is the, like, the room after the dark room in Eastern, after the big key door. So if you do a hook push up, or something, then you can get there.
Oh, what's he even hooking to?
The stuck hook, I assume.
Oh, you hook to the one?
I don't know.
This is brand new stuff too. I think this was discovered like a month ago, I want to say.
Something like that.
So this is fresh out of just fresh off the press. And we're K-stating Eastern, which is something I've never seen before.
I mean, I've done it, but only from Thieves.
Oh yeah, I've done Thieves, that's true. I've forgotten about that. I tried to avoid that one because it's so slow and costs 2 bottles.
Yeah, but sometimes you only have 2 bottles, and you would like to finish, and you don't have Samaria, so you can't.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, Fire
it's
Rod.
just Fire Rod.
I think he's in go mode. Maybe not. Maybe he needs a bottle.
He needs a sword.
He needs a sword. That's true. It's hard to know when people are in go mode until you start seeing their behavior, but you're right about the sword. He definitely needs that.
I don't think this is go mode, even with the sword. I don't... Maybe? I don't know.
I think if he gets the bottle and back of escape, it definitely is. I mean, that would be go mode even for me. Like, I think that would be plenty doable with the bottle and the cane.
Yeah.
The other Tom is also going to Eastern. I don't know if he's just going to loot the place. He doesn't have the tools that Tajso has to actually get to Armos. Turns out that powder was really important. I wonder if he'll hook push to Armos after this. Using that stuck hook technology. We'll probably also see a door juke out of him to get to the... Oh, but he can't get back out. Oh, yeah. No, he's gonna do it, though.
He's just gonna leave, I guess.
He's trying to set up a death warp so he can death warp on bombs. Oh, they're both doing it at the same time.
This is a great image.
Other Tom's gonna use a bomb. And he knows he's on low HP, so he's damaged himself down just enough so that the remaining bombs that he uses to juke will get him down to 1 heart or 2. Tajso has decided that it didn't work.
I think Tajso accidentally got EG, I think.
Oh. How does that happen? I've never had that.
If you don't hold up after the juke, I think.
Oh, I see. Yeah, EG is banned, so if you do notice that you're in EG from one of these glitches, you should save and quit or mirror. Other Tom has done it successfully. I didn't see what the item was.
I think
maybe a shovel? We got a shovel somewhere, probably in GT.
I was not paying attention for the entirety of GT because Tajso was doing Tajso things.
Yeah. Thanks for our tracker, Jinxie Girl, telling us that we got a piece of heart there. Hopefully that won't heal Tajso when he gets it. Because that would be a bit of a troll. I think Tajso has plans for the rest of this dungeon when he's done.
Yeah, there we go. So that's not EG.
Yeah, he's a little bit desynced, so he can't death warp on these. Thankfully, he doesn't get healed, so he can take a bomb and use that instead. Other Tom is going to end his route at the chest here because he's already done everything he can do here. I don't think he has the big key. He doesn't have the ability to delete the door, so he's not going to be able to continue.
What is Tajso going to do? Did he open the big key door when he was here?
I think so, yeah.
I have to imagine that he did.
Yeah, because he came from there. The hook push actually took him to the place with the 4 pots in it and the 2 anti-fairies.
Yeah, behind the big key door. So okay, Taj, that's not how you do the bow strength.
You can say that because you invented it.
Yes. Also, you're not supposed to spawn 4 of them. That's definitely not how it goes. Yeah, the big key door's open. So, I never explained cave state, but in cave state you just have infinite keys. Or almost infinite keys.
I did talk about the big keys. I didn't talk about the small keys. The game displays 0 keys when you're in a dungeon with no keys, but when you're in a cave, it doesn't display keys at all. And the way it knows to do that is by giving you -1 key, and you can just spend that when you hit a door because it's not 0.
And it's stored in a byte, so -1 is just 255. So you have 255 keys.
Why is other Tom's going to Mire. So this is going to be our first glitch with the bottle that we see. It's going to be a YBA, or Yuzuhara's Bottle Adventure, named after its discoverer. So he has to use the bomb just to get himself in the doorway with the ability to use items, and then he can drink the potion in the door at the same frame that he transitions, and that will take him to Misery Mire. He uses his last bomb, so it's a good thing that he gets it right this time. And it looks like Armos dropped a pendant for us, so that's going to not have the value that we might have thought it had, but at least other Tom and Tajso both got their fire rods out of here, because that's the most important thing.
And I think the big key was for Hera, which is not particularly useful.
Oh,
We have a flute?
Flute? Cool. Thanks for showing us that other Tom, because I had no idea. That must have happened during all the craziness. Flute is actually a little bit more useful in No Logic just because of how often we like to visit the potion shop. The flute can save you time over the course of a run just because of the travel time being reduced. Especially with only one bottle in your pocket. You have to make a trip there every time you want to do something. Tajso has a bottle now, so he can do Desert Palace. I think that's where he's going now. It's one of the few things he actually knows is a crystal, so it makes sense to do this. It's also one of the few bosses that's not, like, scary at this equipment. Like, he could do Trinex. He doesn't have a small key, but I'm sure there are ways around that. If nothing else, he could steal the Pokey key, but... Oh, it's a sword. So I would say Tajso's in go mode, but, you know... It's hard to say. We'll still probably see chests open. Like, if there's something on the way, he'll pick it up, if nothing else, for a sword. But another bottle would...
Or maybe Meyer Medallion.
Wait, when did Tajso get 2 bottles?
I don't know. I don't think there was any checks between the sword and the bottle. Okay.
Oh, it was just a misclip. Fair enough. 2 bottles would be OP.
2 bottles is go mode for sure. Actually, can you dupe Meyer with this equipment? I don't think you can, right?
Oh.
1 bottle,
okay, yeah,
Maria, no mirror.
I was assuming we had the big key.
So this
or
is
we had
like...
the medallion.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 2/3.
We don't necessarily have it. Ooh. Right, he can just go here now. That's funny.
Oh yeah, fire rod.
He's not going to, though. I think he wants the key. He can use that key in other dungeons, or he can use it to unlock the door that he quadrant glitched past earlier and use that door to glitch into Swamp. I want to say for him, maybe he's thinking about going to... the top of Ganon's tower is accessible from Desert, and you'll want to bring a key in there.
Wait, I don't actually know how to do that.
There's a YBA, and there's also a hook push.
Wait, good. I'll figure it out later, I guess.
Yeah, if you go to like the right side entrance and you look on the EG map, it's right below it. It takes you to the Falling Bridge.
Oh,
room.
I see.
There's
a YBA for that?
He missed the... I think there is. I feel like I've done it. He missed the YBA, so he has to go the normal way. What's he doing?
He doesn't have the big key.
He does, though. It was on Moldorm.
Yeah, it's right there. I don't know what we're doing. Okay, Tajso is
I think he's showing off. This is in the speedrun now. The speedrun that uses the same rule set as No Logic and does all the dungeons. Very recently, a runner named Zakat figured out, I think, that you can save time hook pushing here. Not with this method, though. The hook push in the speedrun is uses much faster tools, like sword beams and the lamp. And yeah, he gets to do this cool thing again, so that's always fun to see.
I have no idea how this works, but it makes an awful noise.
Oh, I have it muted. Is it just making the hookshot noise the entire time?
It's just like the hookshot noise on loop, yeah.
Meyer's an ether, by the way, so Tajso is definitely in go mode. Nice. You know, we skipped this out of principle. It's not even about the time. So other Tom is also on this fake Dark World screen, and Meyer, and can do Meyer Shed. Meyer Big Key is actually in Desert and Landmo, so if he goes there, he can just do it. It's going to be super easy for him.
I have to imagine that he will want to go to Meyer reasonably quickly just to ascertain whether or not he is in go mode or not.
Yeah. His way to get to Meyer might not be fast, though, so he might do other things on the way. I almost think he can just assume that he's going to find at least one more bottle at some point. That was spooky. That transition was not safe to touch. So he did the right thing by going back down again.
I suspect it was an accident.
Yeah, he just went up in a spot that puts him in a bad spot. The other Tom will be getting oh, he'll be getting his cane. This is really good. Look at him. He's doing the clip, showing us the clip because we didn't get to see it on Todso's side.
It's not even that much slower.
Todso is showing the value of the flute by walking to the witch. The other Tom, if he activates the flute, which I imagine he will now, will not have to do this every time he visits the potion shop. Now, there's also a mushroom, so Todso's turning that in and getting a bottle out of it. Worth it. That is very worth it. If there's any doubt that he is in go mode, it's gone. He's in go mode for sure.
Bomb. Oh, right. We don't need to know about Bombos. We know it is.
Yeah, and also he has 2 bottles. He'll be fine. Todso is going to Ice Palace. This is going to be another YBA. Another straightforward one that just takes you up and skips a screen, essentially, in the Underworld map. We didn't really talk about how the Underworld map works, but it's all stitched together like a quilt. So some rooms are just next to each other. And even though there's a wall separating them, if you go through the door in a certain way that lets you skip a room, you can... He's doing this again.
No, this isn't a YBA.
This is not a YBA at all. This is... Look, this looks really powerful, and I kind of want to learn it. I hope it's not too hard.
As far as I'm aware, the powder is just like a replacement for the lamp. So it's just kind of
so he could just be doing a normal hook push, is what you're saying? And he's doing this one instead.
Sort of. I don't understand how the stuck hook stuff works. Like, even less than I understand regular hook pushing.
Other Tom gets his Master Sword. Now, he might be in go mode also because he knows the My Medallion. So we're in Cave State Ice now. A lot of Cave State dungeons in this seed, like more than usual. Probably because of all the hook pushing. Nice money refill. That's useful. Fake boots for other Tom. Those were left in the pool for this preset, just because of the way it was made.
How did Tom miss that bird? I'm pretty sure he was standing still.
Todd's still going back to the basics, doing bomb clips and doors to go through walls. Just like the olden days. I say is bomb clips are actually relatively new, but yes.
I would
Nice,
hope that he doesn't hook push that one. Can you
and
hook push that? There's nothing to hook.
That doesn't seem to have stopped him before.
Oh
I
no,
guess
there's the hint tile. You can totally hook push.
Oh. Hint pushing. Other Tom is doing another bunny adventure. Where is he going today? He's gonna fake flute.
Or fake fluting.
Alright.
We haven't actually seen any of these because Todsto's been very aggressive with the hook pushing, but this is a YBA that we've already seen, but you use a blue potion on an overworld transition. Oh, Ice Palace is a pendant. Sorry, Todsto.
Oh. For some reason, I thought Tom somehow managed to fake flute, not even being near the transition, and I was very confused, and I realized he was just checking his map. This is a little finicky because he has to manually line up the pixel.
I think he knows that he's on the pixel, he's just missing the fake flute itself.
There you go. So when you land, you have Super Bunny, and you can get your Link state back by pulling trees or Thieves Town Gate. So he's going to take the tree. That'll let him check Bumper Ledge while he's there. Using his sword beams to defend himself as he goes up, because if he gets hit, he loses his Super Bunny, and now he's just a normal bunny in the Dark World, and that would be very bad, because he can just clip down here and accomplish the same thing. He's thinking about getting that money.
I'd get it, honestly.
Oh, maybe he's thinking about maybe he wants another Link state off of it later, but he's going up the mountain to Hookshot Cave, and I wonder if he is... No, he can't, because he doesn't have enough potions for that. Yeah, he can't go to GT from Hookshot Cave.
Todsto just absolutely annihilated Cold Stare using Sword Beam duping to get off the kill using only 4 Fire Rod shots on the shell, and then destroying the puffs with Fire Rod. Very nice.
Yeah, with the Fighter Sword. The fight doesn't usually go that fast.
It's Master Sword.
Wait, he is Master. You can't dupe with the Fighter Sword. It's just on his tracker, that's all.
Probably being disappointed about the pendant.
Yeah, he didn't... I don't think he full cleared this. I think he got some things on the way out from Cave State. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, he doesn't have enough magic. So, problem with that is he doesn't have...
If Kane, you can totally refill your magic.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he has no bombs.
He has no bombs, though. That's the problem.
You have to do it the old hard way.
I'll just do Hookshot Cave. Oh, he's gonna go through the back. He's gonna... he wants to do TR. So he's gonna come in from the back door. Todsto was thinking about Ganon's Tower and turns it around and decides, you're in go mode. Just go to dungeons. So he's gonna do Skullwoods. Is he manual clipping this? Okay, there we go.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, now he's citrus clipping.
Oh no, Tom still doesn't have any bombs, so he can't go through the back.
Tom, no! Oh, he also missed, so it's fine. This one.
Did he?
Did he?
No, that looks right.
No, he just realized he didn't have the bombs. Yeah, worth noting that GT Big Key was on Cold Stare, and we'll probably never see it get used in this entire seed, even though Agatu is required. There are much better ways to get there that don't require climbing the mountain. Oh, he manages to get it anyway. Despite getting hit by the boulder. So he's going here for bombs. Like, he doesn't have any, and this is usually the best place to go that doesn't require money.
Todsto, though, gets a hard lock on DMD.
Oh, well, he didn't lose anything.
I think it's a bad one. Yeah, I think it should be fine, but...
There's no way he got up here without saving and quitting. He doesn't have any of the things that would get him here.
And I know he saved and quit after Ice Palace, at least, so it should be totally fine.
How do you hardlock that one? As a bunny? I've never... You must be doing a different one than I'm used to. Because the one I do, you just hold down and it works. Although Tom is doing another flute adventure, this time with resources. You must have hard reset and then got bombs. I don't know if I saw that, though.
That would make sense. I don't think he picked up anything important.
Oh, he is doing a different method. He's going out the middle. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Oh yeah, I don't know. It's probably a little faster because it probably has less buffering, but it might be a little bit spookier because of that hard lock potential.
Oh, he knows he can get Link State off that. I don't think he wants to, though. It's a rather arduous clip. He's also plenty of money to beat the game. With the cane, he doesn't need that many potions. It's mostly just... For him, actually, he needs to figure out a way to unlock Turtle Rock. And that might take a couple trips just to steal the Poke Key. Because he does need a small key.
Wow, he really doesn't have a TR small key. That
No.
is kind of hard to believe, actually.
I mean, maybe he can hook push past that one too. I'm not sure.
There's nothing shottable in that room. Good luck.
You can hook shot into TR from Old Man Cave, but I don't know if that's practical. It takes you to Laser Bridge.
I mean, that's Cave State.
It is K-State. But it's a weird hook push that requires some extra movement variables to be set.
This is Todso we're talking about.
I know. Why did he glitch the door? I'm trying to think about it. That's what you do in the speedrun to move the big key chest to the other chest, but I'm not sure what the reasoning is in Randomizer.
I totally missed it. I don't even know what he did.
He did the North Samaria door in the room below Pop Raisin.
Oh, I know why. It's because he didn't want to spend the small key, or he didn't have a small key. One of those. And so if you do that, it changes the super tile ID to the one above, and then if you transition to the right in the bottom door, it takes you to the big chest room instead of pinball room.
I see. So it's just to get around better? He can also cane this one, but it'll VRAM him, so I think he would rather have a safer fight. With 2 hearts, it's a little spooky. Oh, nice powder fairy. Mitts and Turtle Rock. Not going to see much use. Although you could just walk into Ice Palace. I don't think other Tom will, knowing it's a pendant and he's in go mode. But he's not acting like he's in go mode though.
No, I don't think Tom considers this go mode.
Huh.
I don't know what's not go mode about it though.
I don't either. I feel like this is perfectly doable.
Like, he knows Meyer Medallion, so that's not a problem. The Skullwood Spinky is also in the boss. That's not even interesting. That's not even glitches.
It's just, oh, you have to backtrack to the big chest if you want a full clear. Well, the Thieves Town one was interesting, at least.
You can get that big key placement and no glitches randomizer.
Tom is saving his key for some reason. Did he open the... He didn't open the chest. Maybe he will later.
Probably from the big chest, I imagine.
Yeah, but he didn't set up to do that, so I'm not sure what his reasoning is. Totso is also opening chests. Maybe they just really want swords. Can't blame them for that. Or the moon pearl would speed up your end game. But I think Totso just needs a couple dungeons for the rest of the game.
I think he still doesn't know Meyer Medallion, though.
But yeah, and that would speed him up. He's still fine. Oh, that's a sword in Chomps. I think if you were considering Meyer Medallion as your go mode, you would just rush Meyer with this equipment. Because he could do it. He could get the big key and just do Meyer. If he walks out the door and it's Ether or Big Quake, he just walks right back in and kills Vitreous.
And hey, there's our fourth sword in Pinball Room.
Oh, nice.
Both Totso and Tom have the Tempered Sword now.
Although Tom is taking the long way around for these chests. Maybe the lacking the mirror makes this less appealing. Maybe he just doesn't know how to do the other one.
If you're gonna death warp, you just death warp on the rollers. They still kill you nice and quickly.
That's true. Yeah, okay. He probably just finds this more comfortable. There is a glitch, is the reason I'm saying this. There's a glitch that gets you straight into this room that doesn't involve lighting the torches. But it's only a time save in his situation because he has the fire rod. Alright, Totso making one of many potion pit stops. I think the only potion he needs now is Meyer. Just one for Meyer. He's buying a blue. Oh, because he already has a red. Oh, you're good, Taj, so you don't need that. Okay, I think he wants to pay for
potion shop and doesn't have any empty bottles.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the blue will let him do Laser Bridge and have a quicker TR than trying to... I guess, how would you even get in? You like one frame clip into the middle? Yeah, that would do this too. It's a lot cozier, if nothing else. Okay, so I think I know what's going on with other Tom. I think he's still missing the Meyer big key.
I thought Tom knew the hook push to Vitreous. Oh wait, no, you still need big key for that, don't you?
Yeah, no, you don't. But you also, I don't think other Tom knows how to skip the lamp for hook push. That's really just a Totso thing.
That makes sense.
So you would want 2 bottles to do the YBA that takes you to Vitreous. He could do it in 2 parts, where he goes to Agate Tower, but I think that would also require 2 bottles. So I could see why.
Yeah, you'd need either 2 bottles or, well, if you wanted to do like Sewer Door, you'd need to go from Agate Tower to
No, he's not. You wouldn't do Sewer Door. Agate Tower to Vitreous to kill the boss. And then you would just
go to
Meyer and do Hera.
Yeah.
But the Agate Tower to Sewer Door, because he doesn't have enough small keys to go through Agate Tower, he would have to use a bottle to bypass one of the key doors, and then he'd have to use another bottle to get to Vitreous.
Tom has apparently decided that he doesn't want a green potion. Also, Jinxie says that he didn't turn in the mushroom, even though he's been to Potion Shop a bunch of times, which is kind of unfortunate because there's just a bottle there.
Well, he got the mushroom and the powder so close to each other because they were both in Pod Dark Maze that he probably has the mushroom hidden on his menu. He can't see it. He probably doesn't even know he has it.
Yeah, I mean, if you know you have it, you would turn it in for sure.
Yeah, that's unfortunate though, because that is a bottle, and that will put him in go mode almost certainly. But this will also put him in go mode. He's going to do landmill list, and that's going to get him the Mire big key, and then he won't have to have 2 bottles to get through Mire. Tajso is going through Fishbone Room. This tells me he wants to hook push. It's going to be very exciting. All right, let's see some more stuck hooks from Tajso in this room. Picking up some pots.
You're at full health for beams.
Yeah, and also just to make room for himself to detonate the block and have it actually stay on screen. This room is awful because this fire shooter is spinning at you the whole time, and he takes it hard, but I think he'll be okay because he can set distance with the fire rod.
Yeah, I already got the beam for the important part, I think.
Wait, do you set your distance before doing the hook?
I don't know.
I don't know what, like, this method of hook push is completely new, so I don't know how it works.
Like it's literally at most 2 weeks old or something. Todd's just put this post in the Glitch channel about powder pushing, and then everyone was like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
This is magical.
Welcome to the powder pushing exhibition race.
It's the stuck hook exhibition race, it really is.
Whoa, it turned red.
It's filled with Cane of Samaria sprites.
Oh. Is that what that is?
Yeah, you can see the curved bit of the cane at the top, where the hook usually is.
Oh, you can. You're right. I was looking for blocks, but that's actually the cane itself. Nice.
Wow.
All right. Other Tom is damaging himself down to make it easier to death warp inside of Mire. The enemies in the front of Mire actually do quite a bit of damage, so it's not too bad to death warp on them. They do a full heart on blue mail.
And Vitreous. Todso takes down Vitreous, not the other way around.
Other Tom will be following in his footsteps, probably going a more conventional route to the boss, having everything he needs to get there normally. And I think Todso had it too, but let's be honest, he's on Restream and wants to show off the new tech. So all Todso has left is Turtle Rock and Aga 2, and those pair together well because you can go to Aga 2 directly from Turtle Rock. It's very fast, and it's something you usually just do as a quick way to get to Ganon as Link. So his method of getting up here is going to be a fake flute. He's going to climb the mountain and do the clip that other Tom did to get to Laser Bridge.
It is important that we do this fake flute first, because even if we did the clip in bunny state, which you can do, it's just rather complicated, it turns out that you can't open the door because it's closed. You need to bomb it open, and bunny can't do that. So you do need to be Link in order to bomb open the door into Laser Bridge. And it is looking like we will be completing this without the Moon Pearl, which is fun.
Todso definitely will, because there's nothing like other Tom. Oh wait, he's doing. Wait, where's he going? Okay, he's just climbing the mountain with Screen Wrap Death Mountain Ascent. That was really close. He almost hit the transition. Yeah, like we already saw everything in Turtle Rock from other Tom. So Todso will not be finding the Moon Pearl there, and he's not going to do any checks between there and Ganon because there's nothing on the way anymore. Is this really
Right?
faster than Lumberjack
No,
DMA?
no way. There's no way this is faster. You have
This
to
is
like go across the whole bottom and climb up like this.
Lumberjack DMA takes you to the spot that he is now, so I don't see
This
spot.
though,
This is nice. When you don't have the mirror and you want to do the mirrorless clip, the mirrorless wrap, getting up here with the bomb is really nice. You don't have to go across the Lionel Bridge twice. You do have to know the cue. There's 2 pixels that work, and they look different in the light world and dark world, and we're in a light world palette with tile set in the light world, so it looks weird.
I feel like no one actually knows the visual cues for bomb clips.
Yeah,
Like
for this
the one
one,
that isn't the swamp bomb clip.
I don't know it. I fully admit to trial and error that one myself. All right, other Tom has finished Vitreous and can start doing more crystals. He has the advantage of actually knowing which ones are crystals, so he won't be doing Eastern or Ice. Todso is a distinct lead because he is on his last dungeon. So as long as nothing goes horribly awry, he'll be hitting up Ganon very soon after Trinex. Oh, but he's in a small key situation.
I mean, it's fine, right? You just
It's fine. He just goes
go
to the
get
pokey and
stuff.
you just go to the pokey. But he can't just bullets Trinex. He does have to take a trip through Turtle Rock like you do in, I was going to say in the vanilla game, in the glitch speedrun of the vanilla game. Where you have to get the big key and mirror out. He'll get most of the way there. Wait a minute. No, he's just going to, never mind. He's just going to do this. I forgot about this. He opened the chest, I think, that actually copies that onto the small key door. And I think he deleted the door that requires a small key, so he doesn't need it anymore.
I mean, chests and doors don't interact like that. They're separate.
Or are they? So what does that copy? Does it just copy
I think
nothing?
it just copies the bomb, like the bomb.
Oh, you're right. It's the bomb wall.
Yeah, they're both ID 0, so it just copies the bomb hole. Okay, I feel like really stupid for not figuring this out earlier, but that's like, this is very obvious, and I never thought to do that.
How often are you in here without a key?
That's fair. Pretty much
And you
never.
have the big key and the cane and the fire rod and ice
I
rod.
don't
Let's
think
be
I've
honest.
ever been in that scenario, but that is definitely something that I should have thought of as a possibility at some point.
I'm curious what method he uses to get to Agatu. The optimal method is the quadrant glitch.
Definitely quadrant glitch. I mean, we're gonna be at the top entrance to TR.
So what's left for Tom? He just has to do Thieves Town and Skullwoods. But we know that Thieves Town is locking its own big key, so he will have to go in through Cave State. That's going to be a bit of a roundabout walk through where he has to open the door and what did he do?
He pressed up to go into the back of the front of TR.
Classic.
So when you come out of dungeons like this, you're inside collision. And if you're inside collision, the game tries and kicks you in the opposite direction that you press. So if you press up, it'll kick you down and away from the door so you can't get in.
That's really punishing because he does not have an easy way back to TR, and TR is really the best way to get to GT climb. For him, I would almost want to just climb GT normally at this point.
No way, that's way slower.
Now you can skip part of it.
Wait, if you had oh no, we don't have mirror. If we had mirror and the big key, we could do the really old like Samaria mirror thing.
If you had mirror, you would just mirror clip to TR.
That's true. Except I think it would still be faster to do it from GT. I'm not sure. But it is okay. We are going to pick up blue potions that will let us get back up on the mountain.
That is the last of his money. He got 2 though, right?
He did get 2, although one of them probably won't be used.
They only
At
used
least not
one.
for glitching purposes.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is get all the way to Ganon and then die and have to fake flute just to get back to Ganon. You might as well just drink the potion in there and not die. But I don't expect that to be an issue for him. He's got plenty of hearts, got blue mail, tempered sword, silver arrows. Oh, Tom's going for the double poke dash strats, continuing with poke dashes into the fight, but doesn't get the favorable patterns from Moth and has to fight a little bit for this one. Oh no.
Very not favorable patterns.
Okay.
Oof.
Yeah, Moth just hugging the left side. That was mean. Tajsa is continuing to take the old route up the mountain using the teleport that gets you screen wrapped, and then you do this walk up stuff. And I never do this. So
I am quite certain that he knows Lumberjack DMA. I'm pretty sure he's the one who taught it to me.
he must, because like I don't know. You made it pretty far into the HMG tournament, and that's pretty useful there too. Maybe this is faster. Maybe we're wrong.
There's no way it's faster. I refuse to believe it's faster. From the tree pole, if you want to do this, you have to go all the way down across the screen to get to the clip point, as opposed to just going up one screen. Like, the Lumberjack clip point is closer, and then you don't have to do this whole running around on the bottom thing.
And Bombos. I thought he was gonna do the dupe, but he doesn't have an easy way out of the dungeon if he did that, and that would be very bad. But he got
Instead, we're
Bombos.
going to use a
Samaria Corruption to go a little bit higher than normal in this room, and this is going to wrong warp us. So we haven't done a wrong warp yet, but every dungeon tile has a destination set, and if you can get into a pit on that dungeon tile and have that pit warp you instead of damage you, you can go to that destination. And in this case, the destination takes you to Aga 2.
And finishing Aga 2, even though we are in the TR state, it will count as kind of the proper Aga 2 clear, because it doesn't really have a dungeon associated with the fight.
Yeah, it doesn't have a prize, so it just warps you again and activates the bat cutscene, and that's what we need. We need that bat cutscene to count as Aga defeated. Because Ganon will check that. There are wrong warps that take you straight to Ganon, but we still have to defeat Aga 2, so we always, if we can, end our run with this fight because it's convenient. So other Tom is doing his clear of Thieves Town. He's actually just a dungeon behind Taj, so he just has to do Thieves Town, although it is a little bit slow to do it this way because you have to come in from the middle and then backtrack and then go back in again. It is required in the seed.
Yeah, I don't think we have a choice.
Yeah, it's Taj still got the bad pattern from Ganon. Got the bad oh, he missed the flute. Aw, okay, he missed the YBA, so reset to get his bottle back. And we'll be making another attempt. Thankfully, it's not a very long walk to get to the uncle. Making sure he uses some magic so that he can actually drink the potion when he's in there.
Ganon, do you mind?
Thank you. This YBA is tricky because you have to go really deep into the door. There you go. So the green potion acts like a blue potion when you YBA. And that's how you know you got it right.
But you have to be able to use the potion for all YBs. So for red potion, you have to be missing some health. For green, you have to be missing some magic.
This is a really fast time. 134.0 something for Tajso in a no logic seed is incredible.
You have a 134.17 official time. Wow, that is fast.
Yeah, this is a really good time. I would be happy with this time in any seed, let alone no logic. Very well played. And lots of glitches. All right, GG Tajso. Thanks for showing us all the new stuff.
Yeah, I was actually really surprised when I found the powder. I was like, wait a minute, I can do stuff with this. This is awesome.
Yeah, and you didn't find the lamp, so you actually had an excuse.
Yeah. Did anyone find the lamp or pearl or mirror or anything?
No, other Tom has the same stuff as you. He did find a sword in Turtle Rock at around the same time you found yours in Skullwoods.
Oh, okay.
You got the flute out of GT, which gave him better potion access, but
Yeah.
you got the cane a lot earlier and just absolutely obliterated the seed with those hook bushes.
Yeah. The one thing I'm disappointed in is when I killed Trinex, I just didn't go back in properly.
Yeah, it's a silly way to lose time, but it's also really easy to just try and walk back in the dungeon, and usually that means hold up.
Yeah.
In this case, it doesn't because there's collision there. So other Tom is actually grabbing the maiden in cave state still, which is fine. So he's going to fight blind but not get the prize. We'll almost certainly be activating a glitch called LSD blind, which normally you might see as something people do just to look cool, but it has the side effect of leaving the door open for you, and you can just walk out and then walk back in Thieves Town state and get that crystal.
When are we banning LSD blind in NMG for game mode corruption?
There it is.
It doesn't really even do anything. I mean, it is a game mode corruption, but it doesn't do anything.
People clipe in NMG.
Yeah, that should definitely be banned. Because that's absolutely out of bounds.
People do what in NMG?
They
in
clip out of the
Aga
Aga 2 arena.
people in the tournament were doing it without saving time, just to swag.
Don't do that.
Don't do that in a PB pace run. And there it is, big key of this dungeon. Tom just walks out and can reset the dungeon ID to actually get the crystal, because Ganon will say you don't have your goal completed if you walk in there, because Ganon doesn't know you killed blind. Well, it knows you killed blind, does not see the crystal. It wants to see the crystal more than anything. Just a quick moon pearl checks for Tom. Except the moon pearls here, you can save a substantial amount of time getting back to Turtle Rock. The mirror would accomplish the same thing. I almost think Tom was trying to do the thing where you hold down to go back into, and you can't do that in Thieves Town.
Yeah,
apparently.
that doesn't work. The entrance doesn't exist until you pull the grate off.
Yeah, I know that from Standard.
And the grate is a sprite.
Yeah, that's
So
what makes it so fun.
It despawns in rain state.
Maybe we should do a rainbow next time.
That could be fun.
There's no infinite magic though.
No, but
So
there's
what?
infinite. I got infinite bombs. If Uncle doesn't give you an item, every time you die, your bombs refill.
Wait, that's actually almost better.
Yeah, that is actually a
It
lot
is
better.
way
It's
better.
way better because you can do green YBAs.
Oh, you can't do green YBs. Oh,
Yeah.
that's terrible. Why would you want that?
So you can spam fire out as much as you want.
Oh,
no.
no. And I would take infinite bombs over infinite magic and no logic just for having bombs.
Yeah, I mean,
Let alone being able to do a very important glitch.
every single one of those hook pushes I did cost me 4 bombs. That's why I went and bought a bunch of them early on,
Yeah,
just to make sure I had them. So yeah, infinite bombs all the way for me.
There was that new stuck hook stuff you were doing for the hook pushes.
Yeah.
I knew that when you went on, you were going to do something I didn't know how to explain, and I just accepted that. Figured, if we want the actual technical knowledge, we would put you on Restream comms.
Right.
And maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
I can usually figure out the purpose of what you're doing just based on where you are. I couldn't tell you how you're actually doing it, but
Espion was smart enough to actually open an EG map during this race, and I was lazy and just asked him where he was going. So Tom is getting his blue potion for Aga. You were actually pretty close to each other. I think Tom was about a dungeon plus Aga 2 behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in large part due to that early cane grab, but also, of course, the power of those hook pushes cannot be denied.
Yeah, it's just a shame that Eastern was a pendant. If it were a crystal, I'd be so much further ahead.
Yeah, you did pendant ice and Eastern, and he skipped ice.
Yeah.
He still needed Eastern for the fire rod. He did it without the ability to clear it, so he didn't clear it.
You see, what I should have done was I should have checked my map when I was going for a Skull Woods. That would have told me that ice was a pendant then, because I had the map for that.
Ah.
Yeah, that would have saved me a bunch of time too. Oh well.
Ooh, the Moblin trying to break up his Super Bunny. All of this just to get to Aga 2. Still faster than climbing GT, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, a GT climb is like 6 minutes. Just by... yeah.
Might as well fight Aga 1 at that point.
I am wondering now if there's a kind of easier way to get to Aga 2.
You mean like a Yuzahara kind of setup, but for Aga 2?
The problem is that it's way in the top of the EG map, so it's kind of difficult.
The best that I've been able to find is an overworld conveyor into the west entrance of... no, the east entrance of Desert. That takes you pretty much at the top, but you do still need your fire source, and you need a Desert small key to do it.
Yeah, I was seeing you steal that when you had the big key, and I figured that was probably the reason.
Yeah,
that maybe you would want a conveyor to it. I think there's also a YBA that gets you there, but I don't know if it's stable.
I don't think it's stable. That's what I was trying to do, but then I screwed up the YBA, so I just thought, I'll just hook push it just to done with it on this trip, rather than reset.
Ooh, nice triple pattern.
I mean, but you had the desert big key.
I did, but I needed the desert small to really progress, because there's 2 locked doors up there, and only 1 small Helmasaur key.
I think we're talking about how you hook pushed past the movable wall, and I think that was just for swag.
Oh, did I have my fire rod then? I don't remember.
You used it.
It's in the fight.
No,
I didn't.
Sure.
I used
oh yeah,
silvers.
you used silvers. That's right.
You did have fire rod though.
You did have the fire rod. We thought you were just showing off. It's faster in the speed run, but not with that technique.
Oh no, not with that technique, not at all. Especially because I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to get the right pixel position for it. Because the one that I did in, that I did in Desert, I think I needed to be on a pixel perfect position for it, or I wanted to make sure of it.
Do you want to tell Tam where the TR small keys were?
I don't recall where I've... Actually, no, I didn't find any, did I?
You didn't find any either. Tom found one, but I didn't pay enough attention. Yeah, you just deleted the door.
Yeah.
Which I did not realize you could do, but makes perfect sense in hindsight.
I knew you could do it a long time ago, but because you're never actually in there in that situation where you don't have a small key, but you have the big key and the ice rod and fire rod and cane, it's never come up before. Never seen it actually matter. It's just in North Samaria, right? With the
Yeah,
bomb
that's
door
all
open.
it is. Yeah,
That's super simple.
the bomb door is the same door ID as the key door.
Congratulations on finding the one seed out of 2,000 where it actually matters. So I'm being told in chat that Mr. Byer found a moon pearl in Hookshot Cave.
No.
Tom was really close to that. He almost went in. He was thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't think I did any Dark World Overworld except for Village of Outcasts.
That sounds right.
And even then, it's only fake Dark World.
Wow, Tom's phase 4 there was really nice. Just
Yeah.
3 silvers across the bottom and then fire rod and a 4th. That is other Tom finishing with a time of 1:44.52. Also very nice. The seed is interesting. There's no mirror, no pearl. Well, there is a pearl, but it's in a pretty inconvenient spot. So those are, and it also has very few bottles easily available. There was one that he just didn't get in from the potion shop, but still only 2 bottles here at the end of the game.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he even knew he had the mushroom because he found it so close to powder that the powder was probably just sitting on top of it in his menu.
Yeah, that second bottle is often so important, and if you don't find Kane, it is absolutely vital that you have it.
This might have worked out differently also if Swamp had been a crystal, because Tom did find the flippers in Gannon's Tower, but they didn't come into play at all.
Yeah, that would have been interesting for me, because, again, I didn't have lamps, so that meant the hook pushes would be really awkward. Actually, I don't think it's even possible to go over to Moth Super Tile without it. Or, I guess I could have set my index for it, but that would... Yeah. That would have been really hard to do.
All right, Tom has declined an interview. His mic is not actually set up right now, so he's in chat, ready to ask questions if you want. Curious where that Turtle Rock small key was, because nobody else found one. I don't think you remember. Nobody remembers where they find small keys.
I mean, I never found one, so...
But yeah, Tom is saying that this was a fun and interesting seed. Genuinely, I think it was also really fun. Just the right amount of stuff so that you can beat the game and not just be looking for a rod the whole time, but also still have to do glitches. I'm curious, Tom, what your go mode was. I'm thinking it was the Meyer Big Key, but I'm not sure. You think it was the Turtle Rock Small. Fair enough. If you watch this back, you'll see Todd show you how to skip it, which I had forgotten existed. But it is very rare for that to be your go mode. Meyer Big Key was probably necessary for you with only 1 bottle, so that makes sense as well.
Yeah, that one's hard to do with... Well, like,
I was thinking, like, Castle Tower, 1 more small key would have gotten you there. But you would need a bottle to skip one, so you wouldn't have enough.
Oh yeah, I hope you guys liked the Kakariko map wrap that I did earlier.
Yeah, that was cool. I don't understand how that doesn't Houlihan.
Or you mean Infinite Scroll?
No, how does that not Houlihan when you drop in the hole?
I don't have an answer for you on that.
No one knows.
I mean, it's the only hole that's accessible via a map wrap, so we don't really have any other data in terms of this should or should not Houlihan. And actually, when I was dashing up to the hole there, I was completely synced with myself. I had my dash dust and all that stuff, so...
Oh, where was Lamp? Did we see the lamp in the credits?
Lamp's on pedestal.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's terrible. It's all right. You're not doing normal hook pushes.
Yeah.
You're doing powder pushes.
Powder pushes are awesome. I'm so glad that I figured out how to do that.
Tutorial when?
When I... well, it's going to be a big tutorial, I'm telling you that. Whenever that happens.
Just make an entire hook pushing tutorial. Get it all out of the way at once.
I mean, it'll probably be about as long as my previous Dorglish tutorials, to be honest. There's just so much.
You should see the novel that Todso wrote to me in DMs just about the positional the positional variable. Just about one aspect of hook pushing.
Yeah.
One time I copied and pasted it into chat and it compressed it as a text file. Because it was too big for Discord.
There is definitely a lot of knowledge to know about this game.
Yeah, this is a tip of the iceberg. Every no logic seed, you'll see things you haven't seen before, especially when you have somebody like Todso or other Tom running it who've been doing this for years. Mm-hmm. There's also 2 more in this race, Tam and Mr. Byer. Mr. Byer is actually brand new to no logic, and I think Tam might be as well. Don't really know their history much, but they just finished out the Hybrid Major Glitches tournament. Tam did incredibly well in qualifiers and made it pretty far, and so did Mr. Byer. Both of them. Mr. Byer was pretty experienced with glitch modes in general, but has only recently picked up no logic. So give them a follow as well. And of course, our featured runners, Todso and other Tom. Both of them veteran glitch runners who can teach you stuff and show you stuff if you were to follow them. And my co-commentator, Espeon. And of course, we couldn't do this without our tracker, Jinxie Girl, so give her a follow as well.
And I barely even stream owing to the past rando anymore, so if you actually want to see that, then you should go check out Malmo. Also for vanilla speedruns and co-op speedruns. Those are some... The co-op stuff is cool.
Coming soon, TM. Well, by soon I mean Saturday. I'm gonna try it out.
That is soon.
That is actually soon. Let's go. Yeah, I hope we can see more of these on the rotation. The glitch modes seem to be pretty popular among the few people who run them. They show up like clockwork to these races because we have a lot of fun. And we also run and what?
And we're night owls.
Yeah. Well, we have a EU crowd as well running at 2 p.m. Eastern. Maybe put some of those on board again after we've done a few of these and we can see them as well. That will be it for tonight. Anybody have any more to say about the seed?
I think this was a great showcase seed.
Yeah, agreed. It was good. It was a good no logic seed. We got to see one of everything. It was really good. All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you all for watching.